Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Jason, the Artist Creation Homestead, and we're out here today looking at our small property. Yes, it's true. Everything we grow that you see we've grown and harvested, we've done on the backyard of our half-acre property. Okay, total lot is only half acre. We use the backyard, which is about half of it. Okay, so in reality, we probably grow everything we grow on really about a quarter acre. Okay, just being real with you. So keep that in mind. We're showing what we grow. It's not that much space that we use. Okay, so you can do this. But we're out here today. We're going to talk about what can survive 13-degree weather. Yes, we got here in Southwest Ohio. We got down to 13 degrees. Christmas Day. Christmas was brutally cold. I think we got to maybe 17, 18 degrees the whole day. So we're going to see what's still growing. All right, let's just see what's still growing down here. And can anything grow? Can anything survive? It wasn't necessarily growing, but can it survive? Can it survive in 13-degree weather? Well, we have other videos. By the way, we're going to link them in the description about protecting your plants during frost, protecting greens, and how to grow things in the small space, even in fall and winter. And you're going to see these methods implemented and see how they do. I have not checked on any of these things yet, except for one. French breakfast radishes. I had to check on that earlier, but beyond that I haven't checked on anything. Okay, so here we got some kale. All right, Ragged Jack kale, my favorite kale for sure. And look at that, yeah. And you're gonna see some places where bugs have ate on it, some bugs got trapped in here, but there's usable kale in here. See, look at that, very usable kale. That's beautiful. When we plant now, we planted it thick as well. We talked about that in other videos, where we plant greens thick in order to get baby greens out of it. In a small space, it's kind of easier to plant thick for baby greens instead of let it grow out. Now, like I said, there's been some bug pressure. I haven't checked on it in a while, so there may be some worms still in there eating on things and surviving. And here's some Tuscan blue kale. It's beautiful kale. We've never had it before, but it looks good, don't it? Okay, so give that a thumbs up and a check mark, right? That can still grow. We're doing wonderful, actually. Chicken's still growing. Look at that. Are you still growing? Are you still growing? Yep. Gotta be honest with you, that was just a cheap chicken shop. People seem to love chickens. Here's something I haven't shown in all the other videos, but I find it's very, very, very interesting. This has not had any frost protection. No frost protection at all. Nothing other than just been sitting here out in the open. Rosemary. Fresh rosemary. Still growing strong. Looking wonderful. Look at that. That's actually tender. That's actually tender still. Wow, that even smells wonderful. It's kind of weird, wasn't it? But fresh rosemary smells delicious. It's wonderful. It's piney. It's still strong, very usable right now. We try not to harvest anything when it's super cold. We don't want it to shock, because anytime you cut something, it's going to shock it a little bit, correct? So we try not to shock anything in the cold, but it's still growing. I mean, those are in the ground. That one's in the ground. We have this one here in a pot. And this one in a pot. I mean, there's the one I can tell looks pretty rough, but it was looking rough before it started. And here we have some, interesting enough, some cilantro that volunteered. It's been 13 degrees out here overnight and 17 degrees all day, and that cilantro is still strong. There's been no protection on that stuff at all. And let's see. Oh, gotta go over here. Yep. This still an interesting project for me here. These parsnips. Okay, they're in this greenhouse. Okay. We planted them outside. We had them outside for a little bit. I put them in there. Maybe I shouldn't have in reality, but I put them in there to maybe get them growing a little bit better. See, they were doing fine, but in reality, I got impatient. Okay, and this is what we're looking at now. See, I probably should have just left them alone and left them outside. Parsnips are so extremely hardy that I probably should have left them out there. Now there's parsnips in there, and I'd be willing to bet they're very usable. Okay, they're not as big as you'd want necessarily. But I mean, that's a good parsnip there. I mean, you would want them bigger, I think, in reality. But I should just let them alone. But I was experimenting. I get impatient. Hey, we all get a little impatient when we're growing stuff, and that's just not what you should do with parsnips. They take a while to grow. They sorry, I had to zip that. And they're just slow, and but they can handle the cold. You know, getting impatient with things like that doesn't really pay off all the time. Got impatient, started being concerned, shoved them in that greenhouse, and it probably went from cold to hot, or cold to warm. I took them out a couple times, back to natural air. It probably really shocked them too much. There's still usable parsnips in there, don't get me wrong. Could have got better parsnips doing something different. But that's, again, the first time I've done these. First time I've done that at all, and still got food. You gotta be honest with you, still can't complain about that. Now we're gonna go cut some salad greens. Good night for salad. Post sugar laden desserts from the holidays, and so we'll cut some salad greens. See how they're doing. I haven't looked at them. We gotta check on these. Let's check on these carrots first. Hey, look at that. I mean, I don't know how big the carrots are in there yet, but oh dang! Wow! Look at that. That's impressive. Hey, not bad. Now, Angela's gonna say, why'd you pull that? It was still growing. Yeah, it was, but I wanted to see it. I wanted you guys to see it. I'd take a bite out of it if it wasn't dirty. But that's pretty impressive, y'all. And that's just the first thing I looked at in there. We might put that in the shallow too, just so we can say, we had some carrots we bought, but more fun to put one in that you grew, right? I mean, ain't bad. It's small, but we've had these small ones before. They got flavor. I mean, homegrown carrot, you don't understand, it's so much better. I mean, obviously, you know, everything grows better, but I mean, that one, there's a large difference from what you buy in the store to what you grow. Let's see if I can find some more. I'm just curious now, heck. Yeah, you look at the stems, see how thick it is in the stem. That gives you an idea of the kind of carrot you might be pulling. Ain't bad. I mean, like I said, they're little, but they're also usable. Hey, look at there. Another one. That was nice. Look at that. These are New Carota carrots from Baker Creek. There's a good handful. I mean, like I said, they're small. I didn't really go through all of them. You've seen that. I mean, this whole thing is full of carrots. So I haven't went through all of them, but hey, that's pretty good, ain't it? Man, I'm happy with that. Sheesh. You tell me I'm out here January, let's say 3rd? January 3rd? Sounds right. And I'm pulling carrots out of the garden in Ohio. Okay. That's doable. Man, who's gonna complain about that? Oh, here's another one. I'm gonna pull it. Hey, little boy. Hey, he's usable. He'll eat though. I'm gonna leave him. Oh, them two grew together. Look at that. I'm good to go ahead and use it too. That's pretty good. Nobody's gonna argue with that, I don't think. Oh, here's another one. Wow, look at that. Hey, pretty good, right? All right. Okay, I'll spare you the rest of the carrots. But now we did have these peas down here, and as you can see, they may have succumbed to the weather. They weren't covered. These were magnolia tendril peas. They may be done for, but I mean, that was all experimental anyways, right? Down here, these are going to be Lincoln green peas. Some of them, the wind have blew the cover off, and this is the result. You mean, see, there's the cover, there's the setup. We tried to get them attached to these bamboo sticks. They never really did. Well, look under here, and yeah, it's a disaster. It's a massacre. Okay, it's a massacre. But I mean, what do you expect? I mean, it got down to 13 degrees overnight and 17 all day. That was a rough one. I didn't really expect anything less than that. And now we're back up here. I'm gonna get some radishes. Okay, let's look at the watermelon radishes that you've seen before. Here's one it was uncovered. Now you see anything that was uncovered, there's some French breakfast radishes in there that got uncovered by the wind. If it's uncovered, probably didn't survive, right? So here's watermelon radishes that was covered. Let's see how they did. See, it's growing. It's trying to grow. It's really small. This one was uncovered, so it's done for. Whatever is there at this point. It was real small, but as you can see, the tops are dead. So we're gonna pull it. I don't know if we'll eat it or the chickens are gonna eat it, but somebody will. It's gonna get ate no matter what, right? Here's one. Let's see what's going on here. We had pretty much used all the larger watermelon radishes anyways out of here. I mean, there's still things growing in there. This one though, obviously, that was sitting out. Either we're gonna eat it or the chickens are gonna eat it. I don't know. Chickens love radishes, by the way. If you didn't know that, chickens adore radishes. So we're gonna take that one and do something with it since it's done for anyways. But now we're gonna go on to the salad greens. Okay, that's the point coming out here anyways, to get some food for supper. But I wanted to show you along the way there. Oh no, we gotta do the French breakfast radishes first. Let's go look at them. All right, so now French breakfast radishes. I had to peek at them before I went to Kroger because I had to know if I need to buy some radishes or not. So I peeked at them. I know we got some of those in here. I don't know how many. I just seen we had enough. So let's look and see. Here's one. It's very beautiful and usable. That's what the French breakfast radishes should look like in reality. Is just a little short, a few inches long deal. In reality, they'll start to pop out of the ground when they're ready. So you kind of gotta watch them when that goes on. That one, I don't know if he's probably usable in some manner. This one, probably in some manner. Let's see what else is in here. It's solid white. That's strange. I don't know, just because of the cold or what. Maybe just how they react from the cold. Because you've seen that some of the others are getting that white look on them. As you can see, the leaves fell from the trees on these, and I left them because I thought I might actually kind of give them some protection against the elements. I don't know if it worked or not, but there's that one. Let's see. There's that container. We have another container of them, which is where some of them died at. Here's a good one. That's a nice one, see? That's really nice. But here's a good handful of radishes we can use anyways. Again, that one, I don't know if we'll use it or give it to the chickens, but they're all getting eaten some way or another, so that ain't bad. Before we get going showing you the salad greens in the garden, here's the lettuce, the Landis winter lettuce that we planted in a video. earlier. Here's that. Obviously this is not lettuce, this is the lettuce. These are just some weeds that pop up. But as you can see, they've been uncovered, okay? They've been completely uncovered throughout all this winter. And they're doing well. They're surviving. Obviously the leaves that are there don't look the greatest. Some of these are some of these like this, a little odd. But they're handling the cold. They are going to live through the winter until it gets warmer. And then they will start growing again. So now here we are going to cut some salad greens. Again, anything that's been out, honestly, and not covered is not going to be great. Okay, let's just be real. But anything that's been covered, I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be just fine. Without looking at it, I'm going to say it's going to be just fine. I haven't checked on this kohlrabi. Let's check on it. The kohlrabi is interesting. We haven't grown it before, okay? I don't know what to expect. Don't know anything about it other than I want to try and eat it. So that's all I really know about it. It's bulging up. It's surviving, and some of it's bulging up. Let's look at it. It's bulging up here. I guess it's gonna come out of here. Any people know kohlrabi, you can let me know. I think it's gonna come out of that bit there, and you can see it's bulging up. Don't even know what to think, except for I think it's going to grow eventually. Maybe you have to wait till it gets warmer. Maybe come March, we'll see some change, drastic change in it. But it is growing. Okay, so it's surviving. We'll see what it's like later. Spinach as well. I forgot we had spinach under here, and you can see amongst the chickweed, it's growing. It's surviving. It looks good. I'm not going to use any of it right now. I'm going to try and see if it'll get a little bit bigger. But it is growing. But hey, it is growing, right? So that's a plus. And now we're on to salad greens. Gotta eat, right? So now immediately, by looking at it, I'm going to say that this Simpson's black seeded lettuce is not as cold hardy as the others. See, some of it looks a little rough. There's still some very usable lettuce in there, but it does look rough. Got to remember as well, there has been snow and rain and ice on top of these covers, and it's bound to weight it down and get pressed onto the leaves. If you have a cover that's pressing onto the greens leaves with frozen product, with frozen precipitation, we'll say, whether it be ice or snow, either one, if it's pressing onto those leaves, it's going to freeze those leaves. That's just the way it's going to happen. That's not going to, you're not going to have any protection from that unless you keep some form of hoop around the greens to keep the covers up. Like these metal things are supposed to do that. If they're pulled tighter, they will do it a little bit better. But either way, when it gets wet, it's going to sink. It's just natural, right? Increases the weight of the fabric. It's going to sink down. If it's touching the greens, it's going to freeze them. Okay. But saying that, I will say that this romaine type and this Merlot, red lettuce, look pretty decent. See, that's not bad. There's food to be had there, food to be had there. Food to be had here for sure. That looks great. Honestly, I think the Merlot just looks better as it got colder. Which is the case with a lot of greens. The carrots and radishes as well. They like the cold. If they get that, and the parsnips, don't forget the parsnips too, if they get cold, actually makes the flavor better. They don't grow as well in hot weather, and the flavor tends to not be as good too. Like lettuce will be just bitter. They'll get bitter. Radishes can get hot. It can get kind of spicy. And so all these things just grow better in cold weather. See, that's what I really want you to understand. That's really the point of my whole channel, of Angela and I's whole channel. What we want you to understand is that God designed these things with a purpose, for your benefit and His glory. All these things, people think, oh, I can't grow this because I don't have enough space. I can't grow this because it's getting cold. No, you can still grow food in small spaces, in cool climates, in cool weather, hot weather, doesn't matter. God designed this for your sustainability. I want you to understand that He cared for you so much that He created a system that we can provide food for ourselves throughout the whole year. And that's really the amazing thing about the system He designed and about the God that we serve. He loves you that much. Here's one last bit of lettuce. I'll show you. oak leaf, Rocky Top blend. See all these things? There's a, oh, look at that, and there's a romaine top there called Udiculae. Okay. See, God cares for you that much. He loves you that much. So why wouldn't you want to serve him? My name is Jason, this is Art Creation Homestead. We love you guys. God bless you and goodbye.